to show you how you set up for using a twin needle and how to properly thread the machine. So we'll start off by telling the machine we are going to put this needle on so it limits the width that we can do so we don't accidentally break it by stepping over the edge of our foot. So go to the set menu and go to where it says twin needle. When you touch it, you'll have lots of options. This package actually is a 2.5 millimeters, so we'll turn 2.5. Notice you have everything from 1.6, 2.0, 2.5, 3.0, and down further, 6.0. So that's 6.0 double needles, as large as you can use. Touch the set menu button again, the picture of the tools to get out, and notice you have a picture of a twin needle with the size you selected. And what I like is that even though I turned the machine off, let's say I was done and I didn't actually turn that setting off, when I come back the next day, it will pop up with a message, machine set for twin needle, and you'll touch OK and either go turn it off or go, yep, that's good, I'm good to go. So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to take out the thread that's currently in the machine. You'll see why in a second. Clip the thread here, pull it out the needle, that way you don't get any extra fuzz going back up into the machine. And we'll take our needle out. Put our twin needle in. It still has a flat side to the back. Now the one thing about the twin needle is when you get to the needle threader is still set for a center needle or a needle in the center, and so you will need to manually thread this. Next, we are going to find that we need our second spool, and so I'm going to just put it up here and pull it down. Okay, so put the two threads in your hand as you go around the silver bar and up through the top area here. Now, right here, you see there's a little fin in there. The fin, and it never matters when you're just threading the machine with a single thread, which side the fin is on, or which side the thread goes of the fin. But when you're doing for a twin needle, put one thread on one side of the fin and one thread on the other. They each get their own tension disc, so that's really, really nice. Then you can put them back together in your one hand and rethread the rest of the machine all the way down to the needles. Now it doesn't matter which thread goes on which side of that fin, and also it doesn't matter down here which needle gets which thread. So they are going to kind of twist up on you a little bit. So just go ahead and thread your needles. There is a nice handheld needle threader from your local Husqvarna Viking dealer. By the way, it comes with the Viking Surgers, if they're wondering what you're talking about. So that's the one you're after. That's great to use. Okay, so needles are threaded. We have our machine set up for the twin needle. And we're just going to start off with some straight stitches first. We're just going to kind of warm up. Make sure everything's kind of threaded right. Believe me, if it's not, it just kind of sounds like a gigantic mess. And just start over and rethread from the beginning. So the 2.0 millimeters indicates how far away the distance between the two needles are. And we can use twin needles with a lot of top stitching, or if you want to duplicate that cover stitch you sometimes see on knit fabrics, this is the needle that you're looking for. You can use the thread cutter, no problem. And of course, since we put two different colors of thread in, we get two different colors side by side. So what if we wanted to do, I'm going to do one of my favorite stitches with the twin needle. It's stitch number 20. And also, so now we're just going to go decorative. So what it does is it limits the stitch width down and makes sure that if I try to increase it, that it won't go further than it will allow me to go. So I'll touch OK. So it's already decreased for you. So you can pick any stitch that you want. I think there's a few that it doesn't let you stitch, like a buttonhole, which makes sense. So here's a stitch, and I might even lengthen it out a little bit. That looks kind of fun with a twin needle, and all of them look fun. Even those utility stitches, which I always talk about in row 1, like all the way between here and 19. So let's just do stitch number 16. That's the, that's what I call a honeycomb stitch. This looks really good with the twin needle too. I usually sew a little bit slower. I don't try to race away since there's more action going on. No one wants to break a thread in the middle of something decorative like this. Okay, so I'll show you which two stitches we stitched and how fun they looked. Oh, I got a little cut. Now, if you have something that catches down below, it might have caught in the thread cutter, so take off the throat plate and pull out any thread that might still be down there. So take a look here. Oh, isn't that cool? This is that kind of a gathering stitch or bridging stitch we did the video on, but it looks really neat with a twin needle. And look how fun that is. Just adds a whole nother element. People wonder, how did you do that? So when you're stitching out your decorative stitches, if you take the time to put that double needle in and then stitch the decorative stitches out again, you're going to have a whole nother book of looks of great stitches you can use to add to your creative list.